so I have a project share, and this is for Michelle, who is Bay Area Crafts. She is hosting an American Crafts swap, and it's basically just an opportunity for us to utilize all of the stuff we've been hauling from both the vault sale and office supply. And it's make two, get two. It is, there were requirements and you could pick four things from the list, plus a crafter's choice, a sweet treat, and an item from your stash. And the collection that I used is this Jen Hadfield Stardust, and it was make two, get two, so I did make two, and I will show you both of them. But I wanted to show you, this is basically one of my swaps. So the first item that I created were these really cute little shaker totes, and I think this is from the KLJ UYP store. I always call it the L&P store, but this is basically a shaker on a shaker. And one of the things we had to make was two shakers, and I actually made more than two shakers, but there are two shakers right here. This is the Scrap Diva bow, which is the triple bow. This is in the large size, so I did do that on those. And then these are very similar, but I will show you both of them. They both are shaker bags. They're super cute. I did stitch all the way around. I did make this little trim here with some mesh that I got on Temu, and then I used basically just the collection in solids, so everything is from the collection. I used a few things, items from my stash. This is a die that is the magic wand from KS Craft. This is actually a ephemera piece that came in the ephemera, and I just turned it into a shaker. And if you look here, this collection is really cute. It has a lot of like stamps and tickets and holographic paper, which I love. And so I stitched all around everything. It was a lot of layering. This bag took a long time to make. This swap took me a long time to make. I did really put a lot of effort into it. So on the inside, I did not put all of my stuff in plastic this time. I tried to not do that, but let me show you the things that are in here. So you see you've already seen the bags. So let me put the bags to the side here, and I will take them out because they are slightly different, but they're pretty much the same, but they are a little bit different. You have to work with the paper that you have. So I will put these all in their little, plastic packaging. I'm going to move this over here for a second. Okay. So here are the things that I made. So I did make some rosettes, and this is actually 3 layers of rosette. There is some tulle right here. I did put this little blingy thing that I got at, I think, Michael's a while ago. It was just, in my stash. And then this is the triple bow. We did have to make 2 rosettes and 2 bows, but I actually made different bows, but I made these 2. So I just did more than the requirements. It's fine. I always do that. This is also a double layer of the rosettes. And then I just added bling on here. I added this little bling heart here and this little star, which was in the sticker set from the collection. I had a million of the cardstock stickers that I got for like $1 on office supply. Honestly, I was able to get this whole collection for like $5. So if you haven't, you can watch my officesupply.com hauls. I do have a playlist of just my hauls, so you can check those out. I did stitch the background. I've been wanting to utilize the paper as the backing for so long, and I finally did it. I'm not going to hold you. I think this is the nicest swap I've ever made. I feel like as I do this more and more, I get better and better, and I'm really happy and proud of this. And this color scheme was so like fun, and it had a lot of like yellows and orange, which usually aren't my favorite, but I just made them work. I just utilized the papers that I liked and out of the collection, and I had a lot of fun doing it. These little hearts are they're like cabochons. I think I got maybe from Temu. So that is the first thing, and I will move this over to the side here. And then these are the actual bows that I made for the swap, even though I ended up making more. So we did have 2 bows as a requirement, and I did these layered bows, and I put them up on foam. It was a whole bunch of little pieces and paper piecing and figuring out how they work, but I think they came out so stinking cute. So that was that. And then one of the requirements was to make 2 handmade cards. So I did make these cards. This is actually a double layer of the tulle, and I thought it would be cute to kind of have like a fabric-y card. I did stitch around to cut apart, and then I added all these bling. These are the Pink Fresh. One of my favorite things are these little Pink Fresh bling things that I glued on here. I made some flowers. This flower is not my usual flower. This flower is actually made with the punch from Hobby Lobby, and I had a lot of fun making those. This is actually my normal punch. So I used these flowers this time. This is ribbon that I got at Home Goods a while ago. And this card just opens up this way. And then I actually decorated the little envelope on these. So that was card number 1. And I'm just gonna, I usually wrap my cards individually so that they can literally just like keep them for whenever they need it. So I did make, this one says you're a great friend. And then, I guess I could put these away later. But these I did want to put in here because, you know. Then this one is a thank you card. So I tried to make the cards functional. I actually used this really thick thread that I got on Office Supply. It's actually the American Crafts We Are Makers, the Happy Stitch thread. And I hauled that. I actually have that haul. I haven't put it on my channel yet, but I will because I wanted... Sometimes I feel like when you stitch, you can't really see it. I mean, here you can see it because I did a zigzag stitch, but sometimes when you are using certain elements, you can't see the stitching. So I wanted to get some really thick thread. And this thread is kind of like yarn thread, but it did go in my machine just fine. So that was good. And then I added all these little blingy things here, and then I did the little flowers, and I used this holographic ribbon, which I love. It's so cute. Okay. And then I also made these cards. These cards took me an eternity to make because they are paper pieced individually. I cut this die a million times. This is a card front die. I cut it out a million times, and then I paper pieced all of these little elements. And I did make 2 of them. And then you can see that I put the holographic and I put some bling here. I had a lot of fun. These kind of cards are kind of my favorites to make because they're a lot of work, but they're, you know, I feel like they're so pretty. And yeah, I think it's worth it. I guess it's worth the time. And then I did put stickers on all of these. I did decorate the envelope a little bit on all of them. So this envelope is a little bit decorated. And then this one I decorated too. So I just put a little sticker from the cardstock sticker sheet. Just use my stickers. Okay, here is one of my favorite things that I made. And this is a bag topper. And I kept them simple, but they're simple, but not really simple. So they are actually like a stamp die that I folded in half. I always add adhesive so that my bag toppers are ready to use. I actually stitched this little ruffle trim here from a tablecloth. And then this is this pink paper is like my favorite paper that's sold at the 12 by 12 cardstock shop. This is that tool again that I also stitched into like a ruffle. And then I just put this I Heart You, which is I cut out from a large 12 by 12 sheet from the collection. This is one of my favorite flowers, and I did die cut this and put it up on foam. And then I put these, I did stitch around here, and I just think this turned out so stinking cute. So I did make 4 of these, and I just love them. They're so chunky. I am obsessed with them. I ended up using this trim. I made so much of it that I ended up using it again, which I will show you because I did, for my Crafter's Choice, I did make them something really fun and fancy. So that is that. And then this is another shaker, but also just an embellishment. This is really just an extra because I just wanted to make them. So these are little tickets, and I thought that they went so well. So there are 2 types of tickets. This actually underneath here has like, you know, where it's kind of perforated and you could remove it. This is also a ticket. This came as a sticker pack. And you know what's funny? I know a lot of people have bought these, but I didn't realize that they are actual stickers. I thought they were just tickets, like a whole book of tickets. And I actually will show you because I did include that as a gift to my swap partners. So I will show you these, but I did add these on top of this ticket that I stitched, which is also on top of another ticket that I also stitched. And then this is a shaker, ticket shaker. I think this is the KS Craft die. I made little itty bitty bows. These are actually embellishments that came like this. There's a little embellishment pack that I got on Office Supply, and I used an entire pack. So these are actually separate. I put them together, and then I just replaced, like I just added a little bling here. There was something else there that I ripped off, and I added these instead because I wanted them to be more holographic. I did make this as a Scrap Diva flower, and I had a lot of fun doing this. And I love this little shaker. I've used this little ticket shaker before, and I thought it was so good for this collection. And I did the same thing over here. I just did green instead. So love these. So they are getting that. And then for my Crafter's Choice item, I had this little vinyl sheet that I got on clearance at Hobby Lobby. And actually, I'll show you what it looks like. It's kind of like, it's vinyl or like felt. It was in like the felt section, and I got it for 44 cents. I actually have another one right here. So it came like this, and it's kind of like felt on the back. And so when I saw it, I was like, oh my gosh, this matches the collection so perfectly. Let me make a tote out of it, which is what I did. And then I had leftover of the disposable tablecloth. So for the first time, I added a ruffle to it, and I think it came out so cute. Then making a dangle was another requirement. I did way more than, I did too much as usual. I'm so ridiculous. And that's why I can never, at the end, I'm like, all right, I gotta get these swaps out because I'm always doing too much. So I made a little dangle here as the little zipper pull, and I put some of this on here, and I think this came out so stinking cute. I love this so much. So this is my little crafter's choice item, and I did make one of these for Michelle. I'll show you her hostess gift in a second because I made her some special things. And then in here, I did not line it because it was already kind of lined. And in here it has this is the ticket thing that I was telling you guys. So I know a lot of people bought this, but these are actually all like, they're actual stickers. So I thought that was cool. I'm like, these could go in my planner. So I gave them a set of these. I also, you had to do a sweet treat. I always like to get seasonal candy. And I'm so mad because I thought these were like different flavors, but they're not. They're just named different things. This is just watermelon. This is the normal like blue raspberry. And then this is just cherry. I thought they were, I like tasted them. I'm like, they're the same. But anyway, and then I put another item, another crafty item in here in honor of the AC. I think I got this at the on the AC vault sale, either that or Office Supply. So I did put those in here just to have something in there. And then this is the same. And then for Michelle, for her hostess gift, I made her this little set here that I put in packaging. So I made her one of these and a little dangle. I also made her a card, but her card is a little different, and it just says big thanks to you. And I wrote inside, you know, just thanking her for hosting. And then I made her a folio. I know she really likes like mini albums and folios. So every time I do one of her swaps, I always try to make her like a little album of some sort. And this took me an eternity to make, but I enjoyed it so much. But it was a lot of die cutting and it was a lot, but I loved creating this for her. I hope she loves it. So this is the front. This is the Scrap Diva folio, 5x7 folio. I did magnetize everything, and I decorated the front with ephemera from the collection. There's a page of all of these, and I cut it out on my brother's Scan and Cut. And it cut it out to make the, you know, just to cut it out of the paper. And then I added a little bit of bling, some flowers, the little house, which is like my favorite. And then this Life is Full of Beauty. So then when you open it up here, I put a little thing here just to like cover up the magnet and just to be cute. These are 2 pockets. Oh, that reminds me. I wanted to put some tags in here, which I need to do. Okay, I'm going to add that after this video, but I just decorated this up. I put one of these little tickets here, and I just used ephemera from the collection. This is one of the cardstock stickers, which is why it's a holographic little kitty, so cute. And then I actually used this Scrap Diva die in you know, my own way. I didn't like follow a tutorial or anything, but also I used it like, you'll see. So like to do this, this is supposed to be a pocket, but I made it into like a waterfall. I just did all kind of stuff, guys. I just used it how I wanted to use it. Okay, I wasn't really worried about how you're supposed to use it. I just did what I wanted to do. So I actually made this into like a little waterfall thing here, and I put white on the other side of this. And then this is a big like a big a big flap, sorry. And then I put a pocket underneath here, which I need to put some cut parts. Okay, I gotta add some more stuff to this. And then I just decorated it with cardstock stickers, one of my favorite things. And then I did put some tags in here. This is just a little tuck section. And then you keep opening it. And I just put a little 2x3 mat right here. Then these are cut aparts. This is a little pocket. And then on the back of this, I've made some more pockets. And I did put like a jumbo tag so she could put a picture, journaling, whatever she wants to do. I did back it with pink so that it's you can write on it if she wants. And then there's some more cut aparts here. Then this just says cool cat. So I made this for Michelle, and I hope she loves it. And the gifts that I put in here, it was supposed to be from your stash, so I didn't have like a lot of like duplicates of stuff. So for Michelle, I just did candy, and then I did this little pebble stamp. And then in the other one, I know I did 3. In theirs, I did 3. Yeah, so in this one, I did this one, and then Life of the Party. So everybody got a stamp, a sticker book, and the candy. And then I think this is the one that I showed you guys originally. Yeah, which is the gingham garden. Yeah, so I had the most fun doing this. I hope that my swap partners love it. It definitely was a labor of love. I enjoyed every minute of it though. And thank you guys so much for watching. Let me know what you think. I really feel like I did a good job with this. Do you guys think I did a good job? I think I did. I hope they're so happy. And I love doing this. So thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys in my next crafty video. Bye.